Have you ever wondered why, even after watching all the motivational videos, buying the passive income courses, and following every law of attraction tip, you still feel stuck? Why your bank account keeps looking the same, or worse, even after trying everything they said would lead you to financial freedom? Let me say something most people are too afraid to admit. You've been lied to. Not necessarily out of evil, but by a system that profits off your desperation, your impatience, and your fear of being left behind. There's an entire industry built around selling the illusion of financial independence, while keeping you more trapped than ever. And in this video, I'm not giving you sugar-coated advice. I'm giving you the truth, raw, uncomfortable, but truly life-changing. Because the problem was never you. The problem is what they made you believe. They taught you that financial freedom means never working again. That it's about sleeping in, traveling endlessly, and living off passive income, while others are stuck in the system. But what nobody showed you was what comes before all that. Nobody explained that real financial independence doesn't begin with money. It begins with a mental shift. With ownership. With responsibility. As long as you keep chasing the next hack, the next guru, the next shortcut, you'll stay in the same cycle. Exhausted, disappointed, and broke. Maybe you're 23, 25, or 28. Maybe you've tried to launch something online, dabble in crypto, start a YouTube channel, or follow some influencer who promised to unlock wealth through mindset alone. Maybe you even invested the little you had into some quick-rich system. But here's a harsh truth. Most people who sell financial freedom don't actually live it. They profit from teaching, not doing. And if you truly want to break free, the first step is to stop buying illusions and start building real solid foundations. And that starts right here, right now. Before we talk about what works, let's talk about what keeps you stuck. There's an invisible trap, and it's called urgency. We've been trained to believe everything must happen fast. Money, success, recognition. If you haven't blown up by 30, you're already behind. That kind of pressure breeds anxiety, impulsive decisions, and zero patience. You skip the basics. You ignore the process. You want the result now. And that's exactly where the fake promises come in. Earn passive income, work 1 hour a day, quit your job and go full digital. These aren't complete lies, but they're dangerously incomplete truths. They hide the work, the grind, the boring parts that actually lead to wealth. Real financial freedom begins with something nobody wants to hear. Control. I'm not talking about spreadsheets or skipping coffee. I'm talking about full awareness. Knowing exactly how much you earn, spend, and where your money flows. Until you master this, you're a financial hostage. You could make a 6-figure income and still feel broke. Freedom starts when you take control of your spending, your impulses, and your need to look successful before actually being successful. Yes, it's uncomfortable, but necessary. Because as long as you're living to impress others, flexing, posting, pretending, the only thing that grows is your frustration. A lot of people talk about making more money, but few talk about deserving more money. Let me explain. This has nothing to do with your worth as a person and everything to do with market value. If your skill set is generic, replaceable, shallow, you'll get paid accordingly. Financial independence requires that you build rare and valuable skills. That you become someone hard to replace. And yes, that takes time. It takes patience. But this is the most reliable, repeatable, and real path to freedom. There is no financial freedom without competence. And no competence without commitment. You might be waiting for the perfect idea, the perfect time, the perfect opportunity. But here's the truth. Most financially independent people didn't wait for perfect. They started with what they had. They failed. They learned. They failed again. And one day, they woke up and realized they'd built something real. That wasn't luck. That was consistency. What most people lack isn't intelligence. It's persistence. They jump from project to project, from one viral trend to the next, always looking outward. But the transformation starts inward. It begins the moment you say, I'm not stopping until I win. Real financial freedom doesn't look glamorous at first. Most days, it looks like waking up early to study, working in silence while others scroll, saying no to things you can't afford yet, and investing small amounts without expecting overnight results. It's boring. It's slow. And that's why it works, because 99% of people quit. They chase instant pleasure. But the 1% who endure the boredom of daily progress harvest fruits most people never taste: peace, autonomy, and power of choice. That's real freedom. A lot of people think financial freedom means never working again. But that's just a fantasy. Because quitting work without purpose, without discipline, without emotional strength isn't freedom. It's collapse. True financial freedom is about choosing what to do with your time. Working because you want to, not because you have to. Saying no to bad deals. Creating, resting, or traveling without fear of checking your balance. But to reach that level, you must go through a season of sacrifice. Of patience. Of discipline. And no, it doesn't look good on Instagram, but it will change your life. Now before you click away and go back to your routine, let me share something that could truly accelerate your journey. The Genius Wave. I wouldn't bring this to you unless I had seen how deeply it changes people. This method has helped thousands break years of mental blocks, eliminate procrastination, and finally unlock the energy and clarity they need to create financial independence. What makes the Genius Wave so powerful is that it works at the subconscious level, the exact place where all your limiting beliefs about money and success live. It's like updating the operating system of your mind, but without effort, fluff, or hype. If you're tired of self-sabotage and want to finally take control of your financial future with laser-sharp focus, click the link in the description. This isn't just another generic course. It's a transformation. And your path to freedom starts inside. If you've made it this far, you already know this video isn't about magic. It's about maturity. It's about owning your future. No one's coming to save you. No one's going to hand you a map. But the beautiful part is, you don't need anyone to start. All you need is to stop chasing the fantasy and commit to building the real thing. To becoming someone who can say no. Someone who doesn't sell out for likes. Someone with a plan, even if no one claps for them. Someone who plans today to harvest peace tomorrow. No rush, no shortcuts, just vision. Before I close, let me leave you with this. Look 5 years ahead. Will you still be searching for answers in the wrong places? Still spinning in circles, hoping someone gives you a shortcut? Or will you finally choose to become unshakable? Because that's the real freedom. Not money, not fame, but becoming someone who builds in silence and wins in peace. The choice is yours. And if you choose the hard path, the real path, you're already ahead of 99% of people out there. So tell me, are you ready to let go of the fantasy and build your reality? Then take a deep breath. Write your plan. Start today, even if it's small, even if it's imperfect. Because that's how financial freedom begins, with one bold decision, followed by relentless consistency. And if this video gave you the push you needed, share it with someone who needs it too. Subscribe, because here, we don't chase illusions. We build truth. And truth leads to freedom.